Peak Performance. 6:30 here in Jersey. Driving down the highway, got the trailer. We're heading down to Georgia. I'm going to pick up Todd right now. Found a 1971 Chevelle. It's a convertible. It's painted in Carolina blue. It might be one of one. We're pretty sure it's the only one in existence. So the buyer fell through on it. He called me and said, hey, we got to go to Georgia. So here we go. We're flying down the highway now. About a 13-hour drive ahead of us. Hopefully be there by morning. No issues with the truck or trailer. Hopefully, knock on wood. But yeah, so I'll check back with you a little bit. It's gonna be awesome. Really hope this car is what we think it is, but I mean, it could be the only one in the world, so we'll see. I'll talk to you soon. I think we're in the middle of Georgia right now. No, that's not right. We're in the middle of Virginia. I'm tired. It's cold out. These mountains out here are wild. These Smoky Mountains have been going up and down hills for the last hour and a half, straight up and down. Exhaust brake's really working. It's gonna be fun coming back through with the car on. This trailer alone is about 4,500 pounds, pretty heavy, but the old Cummins doesn't even feel it. $7 a.m. South Carolina. Not bad for a night. Got a couple minutes of sleep, but still got about 260 miles to go. Just under 4 hours, so should be a final tank of fuel. We'll see what it does. Definitely pretty tired, but excited to see this car. Hey, Dylan here. I'm going to do the best I can to tell this story in hopefully the clearest and most descriptive way possible. Bit of a crazy time, so everything kind of gets blurred. But so it was Monday night. I'm at work. Todd calls me, says, hey, I got this car in Georgia. It's a 1971 Chevelle. It's convertible. It's got a bit of a weird color on it, but seems to be an original LS5 big block car. And if this car is what it is, just being a big block and a convertible, and a 1971 Chevelle, it's going to be one of 167. I was like, that's pretty cool, you know. Really like to be a part of something like that. And then he goes, but what's extra special is this car is painted in Carolina blue. I think it was special ordered that way. We got to verify it, but if it is, that's going to be one of one. That's the only car like that in the whole world. Obviously, that got my heart racing, so I said, sure, brother, let's go down to Georgia. So I went and got the trailer, put some air in the tires, grabbed the spare, because trailer's seen some days, and we cannonballed through the night, drove all the way down there, one shot. I got about a half an hour's sleep at a rest stop just because I was starting to hallucinate a little bit. And everything did great. The truck ate up the drive, no problem. Trailer did great. Ramps fell down a few times. The lights kept going out in the trailer, but that was all right. We made it fine. And we get to this house right off the Alabama line in Georgia, and old man, maybe late 70s, 80s, pulls up. You know, smoking a cigarette in a 55 Chevy, yellow, nice fat cam in it, and he goes, well, hey, this isn't the house it's at. We got to go up the road a little bit. I just wanted to be as safe as possible and meet you guys here, so I respect that. Turn the trailer around this dirt road in Georgia, and we fly down the county roads to this guy's house, and he's bombing down these roads, you know, 65, 70, one arm out the window, cranking some music, listening to probably Alabama, maybe some Alan Jackson, smoking a cigarette, and taking us over to see a really rare car. I mean, it was pretty special. So we get to this place. There's a couple guys hanging around. I tried not to film everything. I didn't want to violate anybody's privacy. And he opens the garage door, and there it is. I mean, perfect. You know, it was in great shape. It was seen out of a movie. I mean, fields on each side, just in the middle of nowhere. Never even know it's here. He's got this really special car in there. So Todd starts looking everything over. You got to verify the axle, which actually is the only axle you can. That axle is the only way of us knowing what it was, really, because if it's an LS5, it comes with a special axle code, and since the original engine and trans aren't there, we can't verify it that way. And I mean, you could trust the plates on the firewall, but I mean that's not exactly accurate. People fake those all the time. So once he checked the axle and verified it is what it is, he starts ripping the whole car apart. He pulls the interior out, carpets. He's ripping things off. He's looking under panels. I'm just looking for that build sheet. And when we look everything out, he has me pull the seats out. We rip the carpets up. We pull up all the tar paper because this was an Arlington, Texas car. And the Arlington cars are really notorious for not having build sheets. They actually weren't supposed to have them from the factory, but a few of them did sneak in there. So if we found that build sheet, we knew what we had. That really would have been special. So we rip everything up, pull up the tar paper. I mean, checking everything with a fine-tooth comb. We can't find it. So the only thing left in the whole car is the back seat. And it's just the seat back, not even the bottom of the seat. So I pull that up, and I tilt it over, and I see shards of paper. And I was like, oh, that's weird. So we start looking it over. They were chewed up by rats, and I found a small little piece of the broadcast sheet. It says CAROLIN, and that's all I could read. That's all we need to know, though, because that stands for Carolina Blue. It's a rare color. You can only order it in North and South Carolina, and somebody custom ordered that Chevelle exactly that way. So at that point, we know for sure that is what it is. I mean, it's a one-of-one car. There's no other one in the world like that. And we went to the bank, get the guy's money. We actually got driven to the bank by that old man in his 55 Chevy. I mean, flying down the roads, running stop signs, running the red lights. He didn't have a care in the world, you know. So we got the bank. Got to the bank, grabbed the cash, and ready to head home. And he goes, "Well, hang on a second. I think I might know where that transmission is." So he calls some guy. I don't even know his name. Maybe Ricky Bobby or something like that. He goes, hey, he still got the transmission. He hasn't used it. He thinks it's the right one. He's not too sure. So we shoot across the county. Todd's all excited. We might have found the original trans. And we get there, and we're digging through this guy's shed. And he's got I think it was a 69 Camaro. He's got another 70 Chevelle. I mean, these things are everywhere down there. So we found the trans. Todd checks the VIN on it, and there it was, the original transmission. So we threw that in the back of the 55. We shot back over to the farm. Start loading up the Chevelle, and we're looking around. He's got a 69 C10. He's got all these crazy stuff there. So we got everything verified, got it all loaded up, and we start heading home. And on the way home, Todd looks up the dealership because the tag is on the back of the car still. It says Everett Chevrolet in North Carolina. I don't exactly remember where in North Carolina, but it turns out it was only about a half an hour off our drive. So we swung in there really quick, and I pulled in. I drove around the cars, and right in front of the dealership, they have this big sign that says Everett Chevrolet right on the top. And I parked right underneath it, and that was really something special. You can see on the back of the car, and in the video I have, it says Everett Chevrolet, and right above it is the sign, Everett Chevrolet. And that really was cool. So that dealership is actually known for ordering performance Chevelles back in the day. And the man that originally owned it still owns it. His name's Mr. Everett. I don't know his first name, but the sales guys come out, and one of the younger guys goes, hey, I think I recognize that car. We're like, what do you mean? So he brings us in the back, and Mr. Everett has a collection of all the old memorabilia, all old Chevy stuff, and it's all, you can tell he really appreciates it, and he knows what he's looking at. So we couldn't find the picture of it, but he swears there's a picture of that car somewhere in there. And I mean, we talked to them for a while. They're loving it. We're having a good time, and then we head out. But about an hour down the road, we get a phone call, and it's Mr. Everett's son. He goes, you guys got that car, that Carolina Blue car? Yep. And he goes, you got to stay in town. Anything it takes, just please stay overnight and show my dad that car. So, I mean, we couldn't do it. We were shot. We were a few hours away at that point. We started heading home, and turns out that car is actually one of Mr. Everett's first cars. He drove it as a demo back in the day, and he remembers ordering it. He remembers everything about it, and he said he's been searching for that car for over 20 years now. So I don't know if it's going to end up back in his hands. If he wants it bad enough, he can have it, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, really just a special ending to a really unique story, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I can't thank Todd enough for making me a part of it. I hope we keep seeing this car around, but if it does get sold before the restoration, I completely understand. Well, I mean, that's going to do it. I hope everyone loved the story. I hope you loved the video. I tried to make the best video I can, but it really was a crazy couple hours, couple of days, so thank you, everyone. Going to bring you some more of this for sure. And Thank you for watching. Whoa, one quick side note, I forgot to mention, when we got back, we ripped the car apart in the shop, we pulled the gas tank down, and we actually found the build sheet. I'm going to attach pictures here, but just that in itself is rare, and it says special order, it's got the engine code, it's got everything we need, so I'm going to drop some pictures in there, but I forgot to mention a very important detail. We found the build sheet, and sure enough, it confirms, 1 of 1, 1971 Chevelle LS5 Convertible, special ordered in Carolina blue. Well, alright, looks like that's going to do it for this trip. Just to recap, found this car in the middle of Georgia. 1 of 1, we're sure of it. Found a small piece of the build sheet saying Carolina blue, so we know what it is. And here it is. 40 years later at the dealership it came from, almost 50 years actually. So, I mean, we chased down the trains in the middle of some guy's shed, in the middle of nowhere in Georgia. It's crazy. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of this. I don't know if it's going to sell before we get a chance to restore it, but we'll see what we do. So, thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time.